Right now at 6, the City of Neosho spreads Christmas cheer with free meals.
And we've got some patchy, dense fog out there for some of us this morning. We'll talk about that and our rain showers and that forecast to get you out the door coming up.
Plus, the Salvation Army spreads holiday cheer with their annual Christmas dinner.
The 4 states' most watched news starts now.
Good morning and welcome to the KOAM Morning News. At 6 a.m., I'm Samantha Walker.
I'm Chris Warner. It is now Thursday, December the 26th. Did you have a good Christmas?
I had a great Christmas.
Excellent.
How did you?
It was not bad. I took a long nap yesterday.
I did the same thing.
There's nothing wrong with that. Sometimes all that turkey, the ham, everything else that finally catches up with you, and you just got to sleep it off.
You know, I think that's kind of my favorite way to celebrate the holidays. And like, okay, you know, had the fun all morning. Now I get to sleep a little bit. So.
Yeah. That's not a bad way to do so at all. With the rain, the cloudy skies, it makes it dreary, but it also makes it pretty good sleeping weather. So if you still have some sleep to catch up on, I have some good news. It's still going to be rainy today and cloudy across the area. Let's take a look outside with our camera in downtown Pittsburgh, and we got the fog. Now again, in downtown Pittsburgh, it's not awful, but you can see that there is fog across the region there, and the roadways are wet because we've been getting rain showers and the occasional drizzle here and there across the region. Heading down to our camera, 7th and Rangeline Joplin. Of course, yesterday morning you couldn't see anything, but now you certainly can. Not nearly as foggy, but the roadway's still wet. Same from MoDOT camera, 20th and Rangeline in Joplin as well. So as you can see, looking all right. Now let's take a look at Skywatch Storm Tracker, and we've got a few scattered showers here and there across the region. And remember, drizzle's not going to show up on the Skywatch Storm Tracker, not in the slightest. But we do have some showers, and we'll see eventually more of these. And we also have the fog. So we have dense fog advisories out there this morning as well. We have dense fog advisories on the Missouri side. These run until 9 a.m. in Benton County and into northeastern Oklahoma. They run until 10 a.m. And then in southeastern Kansas, those advisories run until noon today. And here's why. Take a look. Along into the west of the 69 corridor is where the densest fog is out there, so we'll have to contend with that. But look at this, significantly reduced visibilities into Iola, Yates Center, Sedan, Chanute, Independence, Fort Scott. Pittsburgh looking a little better, 2.1 miles of visibility. And we have some dense fog on the Missouri side, hence those advisories out here. But we do have fog across the entire region. So again, low beams, not your high beams. Slow down. Take time to get where you're going. Maybe leave a little early. Be cautious, because the other thing is the roads are wet. And remember, it's better to be a few minutes late than not arrive at all. On to the future track we go. More scattered showers as we head into late morning, afternoon hours, and they're going to be scattered, but we will have some of those. And I also wanted to point out, could have a thunderstorm or two along into the south of the I-44 corridor. There is a severe threat, but it is off to our southeast. It's across parts of Arkansas and Louisiana. It's well to our south and east. But the thunderstorm line, the little line they draw, it shows where maybe a thunderstorm could be outside of that, does reach up at least to the I-44 corridor today. So again, no severe weather for us, but just keep in mind, if you get a thunderstorm or two, it shouldn't be anything to really worry about out there. And showers and maybe a rumble of thunder continue into the late evening and early overnight hours before they will come to a close by tomorrow morning. 49 in Joplin, 46 in Pittsburgh right now, and across the region, temperatures look like this. They're in the 40s for just about all of us. We got low, mid, upper 40s, and then down south, getting some 50-degree readings out there as well. We're looking at highs today for the majority of us into the upper 50s. We'll have the cloudy skies, scattered showers out there, and again, maybe a rumble of thunder along I-44, and northeast winds at about 5 to 10 miles an hour. Now, the rain will stop late tonight, and then it'll come back again tomorrow, and then it'll stop late tomorrow night, and then it comes back again Saturday. We'll go over the weekend forecast with you and the start of the new year here in just a few more minutes. Samantha?
Thanks, Chris. Multiple agencies were alerted to a rollover crash early Christmas morning. Just before 12:15 a.m., Eric Drapow of Joplin was traveling eastbound on a Highway HH, taking the on-ramp to Missouri 171 when his SUV rolled over, ejecting Drapow from the vehicle. Drapow was taken to Mercy Joplin, where he later died of his injuries. To be the first to see breaking news, weather, and sports, download the KOAM News app. It's available free of charge in the Apple App Store and the Google Play Store. Just search for the KOAM News app. Communities come together with kindness and compassion to provide a warm meal, hoping that no one has to spend the holiday alone or hungry. In these shared moments, the true spirit of Christmas is felt. Community meals are more than just an act of charity, but a reminder to care for one another. Lonnie Walton shares the story from a Christmas dinner in Neosho, Missouri.
Deliver nearly 300 meals before we ever start serving the public like we're doing right now.
Mark Taylor is the general manager of KNOE Radio, the one responsible for organizing this event for the public. He says people come from all over town for this event. Some come just to be with others.
Sometimes people ask us to come get them or bring them here so they can just have somebody to talk to.
And finding someone to talk to is exactly what these guests like to do.
I love the music, and I always get to say hi to Roberta.
I'm here just to see the community, so share my blessings with others.
Good time of year, see so many people that you don't normally see. You get to pray with some of them.
And we met one customer who says the food is great, but it touches him in a more sentimental way.
Because of Jesus Christ, this is what it's all about. When you come to Jesus Christ, something changes on the inside of you.
And that's a story that many others at this dinner agree with.
It's, about Jesus and what, the gift that we have, through him.
I'm in to share a meal with the community and give thanks to God.
Reminiscent on Christ and what he's done for us.
Taylor says that's what this community is all about. People helping others.
Sometimes whole family units come in here to work, and bus tables and kids will be working of all ages.
And we found someone who believes they really know the true meaning of Christmas.
For unto us a son is given. His name will be called Wonderful, Counselor, Mighty God, Everlasting Father, Prince of Peace. That's why we celebrate Christmas Day.
Reporting in Neosho, I'm Lonnie Walton, KOAM News.
Taylor says none of the food will go to waste. His team plans on delivering to first responders and the jail. And in Joplin, the Salvation Army of Jasper and Newton counties spread holiday cheer with their annual Christmas dinner. They provide meals for about 150 folks every day during the year, but yesterday was particularly special. They get to enjoy pie from Granny Schaefer's, and each kid who enters gets a present. Deliveries of yesterday's meals were also sent to some residents who are homebound.
Well, we're so thankful we have a staff that helps. We have a head cook, and he prepares the meals every day. We have lots of volunteers that help serve it, help clean up, work in the dish room. It takes a lot of people to make it happen, but we have an amazing team.
Each person was also given a cake kit to take home for their birthday. That's a look at this morning's top stories and weather in our first 7 minutes. Coming up on the KOAM Morning News. The manslaughter case against Alec Baldwin has been dropped after an appeal was withdrawn. Plus, a shooting at an Indianapolis holiday gathering leaves a woman dead and 5 others injured. And Chris Warner returns with another look at your Thursday forecast. You're watching the KOAM Morning News. Topping Nation Watch this morning. Despite low unemployment, a new Gallup report highlights some very real challenges facing workplaces in the new year. In 2024, Gallup says U.S. employee engagement reached an 11-year low, and overall employee satisfaction returned at an all-time record low. The report found more people are looking for new jobs, but quit rates have not increased. Gallup says that means workers are staying put in their current roles, even though they feel disconnected from their jobs. It's a trend Gallup has referred to as the Great Detachment. Other challenges cited in the report include employee adoption of artificial intelligence and ongoing issues for parents related to childcare. The rebuilding of the Baltimore's iconic Francis Scott Key Bridge will begin in January. The Maryland Transportation Authority said crews will start with surveying and scanning the riverbed and collecting soil samples. Demolition will begin in the spring. The rebuild is expected to cost about $2 billion and take about 4 years to complete. The full cost is covered by the new federal spending package passed by Congress last week. The Key Bridge collapsed in March after a cargo ship lost power and crashed into it. 8 road workers fell into the river below. 6 of them are dead. The manslaughter case against Alec Baldwin is officially over. The actor was charged in the 2021 accidental fatal shooting of cinematographer Helena Hutchins on the set of the movie Rust in New Mexico. A judge dismissed the case in July after learning prosecutors failed to turn over a cache of bullets to the defense, which considered it key evidence. The case was dismissed with prejudice, which means Baldwin cannot be tried again. This week, the special prosecutor announced she has withdrawn her appeal of the judge's dismissal. She said the move came after the state attorney general's office said it did not intend to exhaustively pursue the appeal on the prosecution's behalf. A Christmas Day gathering in Indianapolis led to tragedy. As Cody Fisher reports, a woman was fatally shot and 5 others were injured.
Multiple neighbors told me there are a lot of parties at the house where the shooting happened. They told me those parties routinely cause a ruckus on the street. One neighbor told me they'd wish they'd move away. IMPD set the scene for what led up to the mass shooting.
Family gathering, friends, just devastating. A disturbance within the residence, again, holidays. I don't know what the details are. Detectives will continue to work on that.
There were 4 kids under 18 inside the house at the time of the shooting.
Physically unharmed. The trauma, unimaginable.
We blurred this video of people taking Christmas presents from the house because we don't know if they're kids. While detectives work to piece together exactly what happened, IMPD used this tragedy to remind people that gun violence is never the answer.
Introducing it into a home, a residence with children around on Christmas, it's just not tolerable.
IMPD does have a person of interest in custody, but right now they are not releasing their identity.
Police are also not releasing the name of the person who died. That's a look at some of today's top national stories. Here's Chris with a look at your forecast.
Yeah, we've got some patchy fog out there, got some scattered showers you can see on the Skywatch Storm Tracker. Now again, drizzle, it will not pick up, but we'll see additional showers as we head through the afternoon and into the evening hours. Another look at your forecast in just a few more minutes on the KOAM Morning News.
It was a special Christmas morning when Santa came to visit some children at a Georgia hospital. Kennedy Payne was there.
The big man in red made his way across Georgia,
Merry Christmas,
making a special stop along the way.
There were a few of the children that weren't able to get home for me to deliver last night, so today I'm going to take a little special effort and make sure they have a wonderful Christmas.
Mason Dorsey has been at the Children's Hospital of Georgia since August, spending his 7th birthday there and now Christmas.
The things that we've had to witness Kim go through at the time 6 years old and just turned 7 is insane. He is such a good, but he has been there since then, and he's a miracle. Everybody here at the hospital calls him a miracle. They call him Miracle Nate.
Mason says his favorite part was seeing Santa walk in.
You were like, so what was your surprise face?
Who told you he was coming?
Amazon. Mason's mom says no one wants to spend Christmas at the hospital.
He's my big. So, of course, wherever he is, that's where we are.
But she says seeing Mason happy is all she could ask for.
To literally be smiling through all of this and be so happy through all of this and have a big memory on some days. I am so grateful for that.
And Santa says his mission isn't complete until he's reached every kid, no matter where they're at.
That's what makes my season worthwhile. That's the love of it.
Well, how special to make sure that everyone gets to celebrate the holidays. Now here's Chris with a quick look at your forecast.
Yeah, still got that fog, especially across southeast Kansas and northeastern Oklahoma. We'll have another full look at your forecast and talk about these rain showers when the KOAM Morning News returns. Welcome back to the KOAM Morning News, 6:21. Let's not go back in time. Let's keep moving forward. 6:21 on this Thursday morning. Dense fog advisories. A good chunk of southeast Kansas has been added since the last time we showed you this particular map. So we still have Missouri counties until 9 a.m., Arkansas, Oklahoma until 10, and then most of southeast Kansas through noon. And here's why. Take a look at the fog tracker. We've got significantly reduced visibilities over a broad area. We've seen some improvements here in the southern portions of southeast Kansas and far northern northeast Oklahoma in our immediate area, but still zero visibility in Iola and significantly reduced Chanute, Yates Center, Fort Scott, Sedan, and Independence. But as you see, we've got fog across the region. Joplin, yesterday was pretty bad. Today, not so bad, but still, you need to slow down. Use your low beams, not your high beams. Fog lights if you have them. Remember, it's better to be a few minutes late than not arrive at all, and just be prepared for the fog. And also watch out for the slick spots, because we've had some showers out there. There's a lot of drizzle as well that's not going to show up too well on the radar, but we do have some showers now south of Osceola around El Dorado Springs, stretching back toward I-49 into southern Vernon County between Nevada and Drywood. Then we head back down into Kansas. Again, nothing immediate here, but you can see a few little sprinkles here, there. More showers are going to start rolling into Oklahoma, into our region, right up I-44, so just south of Chelsea near Claremore, getting ready to push into Veneta, and a few scattered showers and sprinkles around Miami. So we got to deal with all of that. And then we'll have more showers as we go through the morning. So right now, again, not very impressive out there, but once we show you the future track, it gets a little more impressive. More scattered showers, but again, they're scattered, so it's not rain everywhere all at once, but scattered showers out there. Now, as we head into the evening and late night hours, along and south of I-44 could get a thunderstorm or two. There's a severe threat. It's well to our south and east, but the thunderstorm line for just thunderstorms, not severe thunderstorms, just storms, does reach up into our parts of our area. So if you hear some thunder, don't worry. It's just a good old-fashioned thunderstorm at this point. It also means maybe some heavier rain, so do watch out if you're driving. Watch out for ponding on roadways. These will start to wrap up very early tomorrow morning. Then Friday, the majority of the day is cloudy, cool, dreary, and then later in the day, by the afternoon hours, here comes another round of some isolated to widely scattered showers. Then we'll be cloudy again Friday night into Saturday. Saturday, most of the day, mostly cloudy. And then as we head into the afternoon, another round of showers. And again, almost this same zone, but now kind of mainly into the Missouri side of things. Maybe a thunderstorm or two, but again, no severe weather expected with that activity either. In Joplin, you could actually see 7th and range line. Again, yesterday you could not. 49 feels like 47th, and east breeze at about 5 miles an hour. Across the region, we've got mostly 40s. We got low, mid, and upper 40s, but as you head a little further south, we got some 50s, Neosho, Anderson, Grove, Jay, Bentonville. So again, not a terrible start to the morning considering it's almost January. Temperatures not hovering like they have been the last few days. We'll actually do a little warming into the low 50s by 11 with the patchy dense fog and some scattered showers. Scattered showers continue through the day, and as we mentioned yesterday, some of that fog lasting as late as noon, maybe 1 o'clock. Highs today for the majority of us should be upper 50s with a southeast breeze at 5 to 10 miles an hour. Into tonight we go. Temperatures, they don't fall very quickly thanks to the clouds, the thermal blanket thing. And we go back into the upper 40s with an east breeze 5 to 10, eventually becoming calm. Switches out of the southwest for us on our Friday. Not bad temperatures, good looking good. Sunday, Monday looked fantastic. Then we head into next week. Now, of course, you remember yesterday, we had a wintry mix and stuff showing up around New Year's, and now it's gone. There's a lot of long-range data out there. It's in conflict. Some of it suggests we're going to have a very active weather pattern next week, maybe some showers, thunderstorms, and possibly some wintry weather. Others, which is what we're seeing here, suggest it won't do anything except get cold. So it's a lot to watch as we head into next week, and of course, we'll keep an eye on it and keep you updated on any of the changes in the forecast. Speaking of, that's a check of your forecast. Now we're going to toss it over to Samantha with Health Watch.
Topping Health Watch this morning, flu season is running rampant across the U.S. The CDC says 13 states reported high or very high levels of the flu last week. Adding to the problem is slower vaccination rates for children. It's too early in the season to know how effective this year's flu vaccine is. The FDA is cracking down on knockoff weight loss drugs. There was a nationwide shortage of popular name brand drugs, leading to a boom in copycat versions. But the FDA says the shortage has been resolved. Drug companies have been pushing the government to crack down on off-brand copies. The holidays can be a big source of stress, but psychologists have some advice to take care of your mental health. They recommend letting go of perfectionism and accepting that not everything you plan will come out perfectly. Focus on the things that make you happy and ask for help if you're overwhelmed. That's a look at some of today's top health stories. We'll be right back. Right now at 6:30, we'll check out a funny interaction between a 4-year-old and a deputy that's gone viral.
And we've got patchy fog out there, some of it really dense. You can see it thickening up now in Pittsburgh. We'll have a look at that, plus our rain chances and that forecast to get you out the door coming up.
Plus, the Dallas County Jail made a big arrest just in time to save Christmas.
The 4 states' most watched news starts now.
Good morning and welcome to the KOAM Morning News. At 6:29, I'm Samantha Walker.
I'm Chris Warner. It is now Thursday, December the 26th, so day after Christmas.
Day after Christmas.
It's going to be busy. In fact, on my way in, a lot more, I mean, we're not talking backed up by any means, but a lot more cars on the road at 3 a.m. than I typically see at 3 a.m. A lot of folks getting ready to head back home, or maybe even some just heading back to work.
You know, I mean, we headed back to work today, so I know we're not the only ones.
I haven't stopped yet, but yeah, man, I stopped at the gas station this morning, and it was actually busy for 3 a.m. There were 4 or 5 cars getting gas, a couple of folks inside getting food and snacks, a lot of folks hitting the road. And if you are hitting the road, you got to be cautious. Not only are they wet from showers, but we have a lot of dense fog out there, and we can show you some of that fog with our camera in downtown Pittsburgh. We've got dense fog across a good portion of southeast Kansas, and we will show you all of that. There it is. See, I wasn't lying. I don't lie. I try not to. Now, don't get me wrong. Sometimes I get it wrong, okay? I'm not perfect, but I don't lie. I tell you what I know, and I tell you the best of information I have. Thankfully, we can also look outside these cameras and tell you and show you that it is foggy. In fact, it's a little foggier now in downtown Pittsburgh than it was even 15, 20 minutes ago. Our camera 7th and range line, it's looking good. Yesterday, of course, it was reversed down into the Missouri side. You couldn't see anything. MoDOT camera 20th and range line got a little bit of fog out there, but again, nothing too crazy. But we do have fog across the entire region. We also have scattered showers. Here's a few. There's some more. Here's one. There's one. There's some up around Nevada and heading north of Stockton. And all of this continuing to lift off to the north and east. And we'll see more showers begin to fill in across parts of Oklahoma and push through the area as we head into the afternoon. And we have dense fog advisories. If you're just joining us, or maybe you had to make the coffee, get some breakfast going or something, a good portion of southeast Kansas was added to these dense fog advisories about 15 minutes ago. So, most of southeast Kansas, they run until noon. Oklahoma, Arkansas until 10. And in Missouri, they run until 9 a.m. And take a look at this dense fog. It's really the worst of it has been along to the west of the 69 corridor. Significantly reduced visibilities. Fort Scott, Chanute, Yates Center, Sedan, Independence, 0 visibility in Iola. And Pittsburgh back down to just over 2 miles. Parsons right now, you've got the best visibility in our region of southeast Kansas at just under 3. And that fog extends into Oklahoma. And then, hence why we have the advisories, Barry, Lawrence, and McDonald counties, because we have some reduced visibilities there, including Nevada and the western half of Vernon County. So just again, slow down. Low beams, not your high beams. Fog lights if you have them, and it's better to be a few minutes late to where you're going than not arrive at all. And on to the future track. So more scattered showers. These will increase in coverage as we head into the late morning, afternoon. It's not rain everywhere all at once, but we will have these scattered showers out there. And then later this evening, we could have a thunderstorm or two along and south of I-44. There's a severe threat, again, well to our south and east, but it could get thunderstorm activity, could get close enough that we could have a couple of rumbles of thunder out there. 49 in Joplin, 46 in Pittsburgh, and around the region, temperatures, they look like this. We've got low, mid, upper 40s, and a little further south, we do have some 50s out there. We're on our way today for highs into the mid and upper 50s across the region. Cloudy skies, scattered showers, and a southeast breeze around 5 to 10 miles an hour. We will talk about how long this rain lasts, what the weekend's looking like, and how the new year is shaping up here in just a few more minutes. Samantha?
Thanks, Chris. It's a moment that created an everlasting memory in the Kansas City area. A video of Clay County Sheriff's Office Sergeant Randy Miller spreading Christmas spirit has gone viral. Former KOAM multimedia journalist Fernanda Silva reports from Kansas City.
Who haven't we found this morning? Elf. Yeah, where is he?
Like every morning since the beginning of December, Max was wanted.
Is he under your bed?
No, he's not here. Is he in the bathroom?
He's not in there? What about Brittany's room?
No!
At the beginning of the week, Wyatt and Bryn Askridge found out Max was in trouble.
I got a call out here today about a elf running around causing some mischief in the area. Do you guys have an elf?
Yes.
Can you tell me how big he is?
He's like 45.
Is he?
I heard Max got in trouble the other day that the police had to come here.
He was feeding some reindeers. They were very hungry.
Wyatt used a powerful strategy to bail out his friend, showing his cuteness.
He was running around feeding some reindeer down there.
That was very nice of him.
Wyatt helped his buddy out, and they're little partners in crime, it seems.
Wyatt's mom, Taylor Askridge, posted the interaction between her kids and Sergeant Ren Miller from the Clay County Sheriff's Office on social media. The video now has more than 15 million views.
It's worth all the Christmas memories and the magic he's brought to our house.
On Christmas Eve, Max brought another surprise to the Askridge family.
Oh, you. Whoa, what happened up here?
I don't know.
What happened?
How do you think he did it? He's so tiny.
It's a Christmas magic that creates everlasting memories.
It's priceless. It's the best thing ever.
The Dallas County Jail did its best to keep Santa Claus on Tuesday night. The jail's website lists Ethan Toothstang Grinch of Whoville as one of its newest inmates. The Grinch, of course, was arrested for stealing Christmas presents. He was booked into jail Tuesday morning along with his dog Max. The Dallas County Sheriff's Office made the announcement on their Facebook page. That's a look at our top news stories. Coming up this half hour on the KOAM Morning News. Northwest Naturals issues a recall after a bird flu contamination leads to the death of a house cat. And we're tracking dense fog this morning. We'll have what to expect with Chris Warner in the Skywatch Weather Center. You're watching the KOAM Morning News. We'll be right back. In Consumer Watch this morning, every year people in the U.S. throw away billions of pounds of used clothes and textiles. California is now the first state in the nation to make clothing and textile companies responsible for their products from start to finish. Dania Bacchus explains.
One looks good. At Project Rewear in Thousand Oaks, California, Linda Young and Kimberly Lau have made it their mission to reduce textile waste by giving pre-used kids' clothes a second chance.
It's just about having kids and always worrying about their future and other kids and future generations. And honestly, if we don't think about it today, tomorrow is going to be a problem.
A problem California is trying to do without. Textiles are currently the fastest growing component of California's waste stream.
The amount of pollution that we could reduce by just wearing a garment even a month longer, right? Or swapping it.
Most of the labor and cost of managing textile waste falls on thrift stores, charities, and local governments. California is now making sure textile and clothing producers are doing their part. It's the first state in the nation to enact a new law requiring apparel and textile makers fund a reuse, repair, and recycling program.
It means a fundamental shift in the way that they do business. They have never in the United States been required to take responsibility for the end of life of their product.
Rachel Kibbe is the CEO of American Circular Textiles. Her organization helped advocate for the policy. Clothing and textile companies could be required to provide drop-off or collection systems for used garments.
What I would like to see out of bills like this is a huge network of resale and thrifting and repair pop up. It should be the norm that you walk into any store and a lot of the clothing could be resold.
We're always trying to find ways to
reduce everything.
Kimberly and Linda see the law as in line with their work to decrease the amount of clothes going to landfills.
It means that there's responsibility from the start of when something's produced all the way to the end.
Accountability they believe will make a difference. Danya Backus, CBS News, Thousand Oaks, California.
Wall Street has only a few more trading days left this year. So far, it's been a good one for stock investors, with the Dow up more than 14% year to date. The Nasdaq has surged over 33% in 2024, and the S&P is up about 26%. Northwest Naturals says it is voluntarily recalling a batch of 2-pound bags of its feline turkey recipe raw frozen pet food after it tested positive for the bird flu virus. Health officials say a fatal case in a domestic cat was reported. Northwest Naturals says consumers who bought the recalled product should immediately discard it and contact the place of purchase for a refund. And the Mega Millions jackpot has surpassed $1 billion after no ticket matched all 6 numbers drawn on Christmas Eve. That means the estimated jackpot for Friday's drawing is about $1.15 billion. That's potentially the 5th largest jackpot in the game's history. The odds of winning the Mega Millions jackpot are about 1 in 302 million. That's it for Consumer Watch. Here's Chris with another look at your forecast.
Yeah, we've got those scattered showers out there. We have a lot of dense fog out there. Visibility's improved a bit on our camera in downtown Pittsburgh, but that's just also an indication as to how rapidly visibilities are changing out there. So you need to, again, slow down. Low beams, not your high beams. Fog lights if you have them. And remember, it is better to be a few minutes late than not arrive at all. Our camera 7th in range line looking good as well. As you can see, we've still got the wet roadways out there, cloudy skies. Same from the MoDOT camera at 20th in range line in Joplin as well. Skywatch Storm Tracker showing us we got showers, not shadows, but showers. Up around El Dorado Springs, north of Stockton, down in northeastern Oklahoma, and starting to spread into the far western portions of southeastern Kansas. And we'll get more showers to continue to develop out across Oklahoma and eventually lift into our area. We have dense fog advisories. Missouri until 9 a.m., Benton County, and then into Oklahoma until 10 a.m. And for the bulk of southeast Kansas, these run until noon today. So like yesterday, we could see that fog last a very long time. Here's a look at the visibilities. 0 in Iola. And then we've got significantly reduced Yates Center, Chanute, and Sedan, and just dense fog across the entire western half of our area, and then stretching back, hence the advisories down here into Barry, Lawrence, and McDonald counties as well. So just do be cautious as you're traveling this morning. If you're heading back to work, maybe you're headed back home from spending time with the family, just give yourself time to get where you're going. Future track showing those scattered showers into the afternoon and into the evening hours. And by this evening, there's a severe threat, as I've mentioned, off to our south and east. We're fine, but the thunderstorm line does reach as far north as parts of I-44 corridor here. So along and south of I-44 could get a stray thunderstorm or two, but no severe weather is expected out there. Quick check of temperatures, 49 in Joplin, 46 in Pittsburgh, and for the rest of us out there, it's cool, but not bad. We've got now mid-upper 40s and starting to see a few more 50s in our southern counties. We'll have another look at your forecast here in just a moment. We're also going to celebrate birthdays and anniversaries, but first, here's what's happening on CBS Mornings.
Hey, what's up, lovely people? I'm Nate Burleson. Coming up on CBS Mornings, we're looking at some of our favorite musical guests from this year. From multi-Grammy nominee Shabuzi and his whirlwind debut on the country music scene to rock band Weezer and that sound that has spanned generations. I hope to see you there. That's coming up on CBS Mornings.
All right, it is time for some Thursday birthdays in the 4 states. And we're going to start in Pittsburgh with Michael O'Banion, celebrating birthday number 38. Says, happy birthday to my baby boy from your mama with love.
Oh, well, that's nice. Well, we have another birthday, Jared Earl out of Jasper, Missouri. He's turning 48. Happy birthday, Jared.
And then in Columbus, Shayla Kellogg, celebrating another year wiser. Happy birthday, Shayla. Now here is something that's extraordinarily upsetting. That's it. There's only 3 birthdays, and there are a few thousand people here in the 4 states, several thousand people, in fact. There must be more celebrating birthdays, and we want to celebrate with you. Samantha, what should they do to help us?
Yeah, exactly. I mean, we know we're celebrating more than just Christmas. I know you celebrated yesterday. We can celebrate more today if we want to celebrate with you, and we do. So go ahead and send your birthdays or anniversaries to us at birthdays@koamnewsnow.com. We'll make sure to go ahead and get those up. Now remember, there is a deadline. You can see that on your screen. That's 3 p.m. Monday through Thursday or 1 p.m. on Fridays, making sure that we get that in for you guys for that next week to make sure that we can make it happen for you, because we want to celebrate with you.
We absolutely do, and because this is what we've got. It's hard to see, but there's only 3 names here, guys. There's got to be more birthdays than that. I know there are. Trust me. There's hundreds of birthdays a year, so there's got to be a few more happening. So please celebrate with us. It brings us great joy to share these pictures, these messages. Really, truly, it does. We enjoy celebrating these birthdays with you folks, and we enjoy helping you celebrate your loved ones. So please send those birthdays in. In the meantime, though, while you're contemplating, or if you're like me, maybe you forgot when a loved one's birthday was and you're trying to figure it out, today's a great day to do so because it's a great day to be indoors. We got dense fog advisories across nearly the entire area. On the Missouri side, they run until 9 a.m. Benton County and Oklahoma, they run until 10 a.m. And then Southeast Kansas, they run until noon today. And so like yesterday, some of this dense fog could hold on for quite a while. And take a look. We still have 0 visibility in Iola. 0. All right. Significantly reduced still Chanute, Yates Center, and Sedan. It's not good. And it's really focused, most of it's focused along and west of 69. You need to slow down. Low beams, not your high beams. Fog lights if you have them. If you are not going to work, for example, you don't need to be somewhere, maybe wait a little bit before you head out. Don't hit the road early just so you can get home early. I know you're probably excited. You want to get there. This is not the time to be rushing home because the roads are also wet. We've had showers, we've got drizzle, the roads are wet, and there's slick spots. Just be careful. Take your time, all right? And we also have that fog, again, building Barry Lawrence counties back into McDonald County. That's why we have these dense fog advisories out there. So just, again, keep that in mind. Slow down. Be careful. Showers across the region as well. In fact, I got to do some adjustments on these radar positions because, of course, the rain's moving. But Osceola, dealing with some of these showers. I've got a couple of sprinkles back out by Nevada. Then we head into Kansas, and again, got to start adjusting these because the rain is changing where it's at. So we're getting into Montgomery County, Elk, and Chautauqua counties out there. Some light showers, a couple of sprinkles here and there. Nothing too wild as of yet, but still got some showers. We got some to the north and west of Lenapaw into Newata County. Got a few more down by Chelsea to the east of Oologah, eventually making their way back up to Veneta. And at some point, we'll see even more showers as we head later through the morning into the afternoon, kind of develop across parts of Oklahoma and roll off to the north and east. And how do we know this? Well, we have a thing called the future track, and that's what it shows by noon. Scattered showers across the region out there. They're still scattered, though, so it's not rain everywhere all at once, but there will be some rain showers. So do keep that in mind if you're doing anything outside. Maybe you're returning some gifts. And by returning, I mean exchanging them for the right size, right? You love that sweater that Aunt Martha got you. You just need one that's a different size, right? That's what we're doing today. Well, keep the umbrella handy, as it's going to be raining. Now, later this evening, we could have along and south of the I-44 corridor a couple of thunderstorms. Nothing severe. There's a severe threat. Again, it's well to our south and east. Nothing for us to worry about. But the thunderstorm line, where we could get a couple of rumbles of thunder, does extend up into parts of our area. So nothing to worry about. But if you hear some thunder, maybe a little heavier rain, that's really the big thing to worry about, is the heavier rain could lead to some ponding on roadways. But we are at least getting some much needed rain. We've had the dry conditions for so long. It's great to see some of this rain. Now, late tonight into very early Friday morning, the rain moves out and it's done for a little bit. Friday, though, cloudy skies. Once again, another kind of dreary looking day out there. And then by Friday afternoon and evening, here comes another round of isolated to widely scattered showers. Not as much rain tomorrow evening, but some of it. And then we'll be cloudy again on Saturday, maybe a few peaks of sun. And then we'll have another round by Saturday afternoon of some showers and maybe a thunderstorm or two again on the Missouri side, but also again, no severe weather expected. Let's take a quick look at temperatures. We do have some fog in Joplin. In fact, now the airport reporting rain. Can't tell for sure on the camera, but I'm sure it's raining. 49, feels like 47 with an east breeze at 6. Temperatures across the region, they look like this. We've got mid-upper 40s and even some 50s into our southern counties. And as we go through the morning, we're going to have that fog and we're going to have the showers to contend with, but temperatures not holding steady, doing a little warming, low 50s by 11 a.m. We'll have one more look at your forecast, plus the news you need to know. And when we switch over to Fox 14 at 7 a.m., a struggling Baltimore pizza restaurant gets a sizable donation in order to stay open.
Here's a check of today's top headlines, the news you need to know before you head out the door. Multiple agencies were alerted to a rollover crash early Christmas morning. Just before 12:15 a.m., Eric Drapow of Joplin was traveling eastbound on Highway HH, taking the on-ramp to Missouri 171 when his SUV rolled over, ejecting Drapow from the vehicle. He was taken to Mercy Joplin, where he later died of his injuries. The Salvation Army of Jasper and Newton counties spread holiday cheer through their annual Christmas dinner. They provide meals for about 150 folks every day during the year. The Salvation Army also delivered meals yesterday to residents who are homebound. Taylor Swift's latest surprise wasn't a song, but a visit to a Kansas City children's hospital. The pop icon, fresh off her Eras tour, shocks patients and parents earlier this month with a visit. Swift takes selfies, videos, and gives gifts to some of the children at Mercy Hospital. One young child even sings Taylor a song of their own. That's a check of today's top headlines, the news you need to know before you head out the door.
And as you head out the door, remember, dense fog across a good portion of the area, so be careful out there. Otherwise, the fog could last till noon, maybe 1 o'clock for some locations. We'll have cloudy skies, scattered showers, upper 50s today for our highs. Into this evening, some showers, and again, maybe a thunderstorm along and south of I-44. Lows back into the upper 40s. We'll have this pattern repeat the next couple of days. We'll be dry most of tomorrow, then more showers tomorrow night. We'll be dry most of Saturday. More showers, maybe a rumble of thunder or two Saturday evening. Sunday, Monday looking good, and of course we're watching next week as we head into the new year. A lot of varying data there that we're keeping an eye on, so that's something we'll just monitor for you. We'll see what happens next week, but it's going to get cold for sure.
Well, I know it's kind of winter, so we're ready to kind of feel some of those winter temps as they're coming in.
I'm never ready for winter, but it should be winter.
Okay, well, coming up today at noon, we're making jerk-style chicken in the Mr. Food Test Kitchen.
And of course, your morning news continues on KOAM with CBS Mornings. Tony Copel taking a trip down music's memory lane with the iconic group Weezer and talking about the 30th anniversary of their debut album and how it all came to life.
Or you can switch on over with us on Fox 14, where your only local morning news continues. This morning, the Salvation Army spread holiday cheer with their annual Christmas dinner.
And a school in Atlanta teaching people the art of being Santa. However, it's going to wrap it up for us for now. We're back here tomorrow at 5 a.m.
And we'll see you today at noon.